Look, here's what I'm going to tell you. Listen carefully to what I'm about to say, because if one day you happen to inherit something or come into a large sum of money, you'll understand how poor money management can pile debt on top of debt. We had a friend. When his father died, he inherited $42,000. This friend works as a foreman on a construction site. He's a quiet, honest guy. Anyway, this friend of ours also had $9,000 in credit card debt. Of course, this inheritance was a real godsend for him. When he received the inheritance, the first thing he did, if I remember correctly, was pay off about $3,000 of his debt. He probably thought to himself, okay, I've paid off a good chunk of my debt. I should spend some of this money on myself too. First, he traded in his old car for a new one. He bought a new car for $58,000. He also paid an $18,000 down payment on the car. Then, of course, his spending didn't stop there. He went on vacation to Cancun with his wife and kids. He spent about $6,500 on the vacation. He must have thought, I should probably invest a little too, because on a friend's recommendation, he invested $10,000 in cryptocurrency. In about 6 weeks, he spent $34,500 of the inheritance. He spent the rest on dining out, shopping, and similar expenses. What happened after he did all that? Let me tell you right away. 11 months later, the cryptocurrencies he'd invested in crashed. His entire investment went down the drain in an instant. He had traded in his old car for a new one, and the monthly payment on that was $780. He suddenly found himself facing that kind of debt. Then, the remaining $6,000 balance on his credit card kept growing, what with air conditioner repairs, dental bills, and end-of-year expenses, until it reached $11,000. So even though this guy came into a large sum of money, he ended up even worse off than when he started. Now I'm asking you, where did this guy go wrong that, even though he had money, he ended up this deeply in debt? What do you think he should have done? Pause the video now and write your thoughts in the comments. I'll tell you. First, he should have paid off the entire $9,000 debt. Debt is like a tail that follows you everywhere. You have to cut that tail off. Once you're free of debt, you should allocate money toward your needs and savings. Think of money as rain and your financial situation as a garden. If your soil isn't ready, that is, if you have debt and no savings, the falling rain won't soak into the ground. The water runs off and nothing remains. But if you prepare the soil first, that same rain will nourish the roots. The results aren't immediate, but over time, a strong and healthy garden will grow. Money itself does not create wealth. The decisions you make with it create wealth. That's why, when you come into unexpected money, ask yourself these 3 questions first. Do I have any high-interest debt? If so, pay it off first. Do I have enough savings to cover 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses? If not, build that up first. After completing these 2 steps, allocate the remaining money to long-term investments.